Man, I be wearing this hat like it's a crown due to the simple fact that how can you put a crown on your head when you're holding what actually weighs you down? Like how they say, you are the wind beneath my wings. So in order to fly, you had to take off and we had to release yourself from that gravity. You had to release yourself from what's actually pulling you down. Whether it was a person's energy pulling you down or it was your own energy pulling you down. Whether it was something that happened to you or whether it was, a breakup or whether it was, just you not being able to accomplish your own dreams or your own goals or your own standards and things like that. A lot of people give up on themselves when they actually reach the final stage, when they reach the final element. That's just like how they say you got to break out of your shell. And when you are wearing your crown, never put your crown down for anyone or anything that is actually below you. You should be picking your crowd up when you actually are in the presence of someone who has their own crown, someone who does know thyself, someone who can help you get to where you need to be rather than you just being stagnant in the same place. So I am surrounded by numbers from 1 to 19, and you already know my number is 11, 11, 11. And it's a lot of beautiful things when you are in nature and you are surrounded by the love of your ancestors and you are surrounded by creation itself. Because when you are in a natural environment such as creation, you are not around deteriorization, you are not around destruction. And actually, that leads me to one beautiful thing that it reminded me about when they spoke about the story of God. So, I guess I'll make this into a long video. I just need it to be right. So, the thing about the story of God, in a way, is like how they say, what is dead should stay dead. So, in a way, just like how they say God is not really on this planet anymore, but God lives through us. God lives through the people, whether it was the subconscious mind or it was us keeping that on our inside, whether it was our blood or it was our history or our bloodline and things like that. So one thing a lot of people do not recognize is when we rematerialize, we also dematerialize. And when it gets to rematerialization and dematerialization is how babies are born, yet when elderlies get old, they actually go and pass away. So the same way we entered this world is the same way we actually will exit this world. So we entered this matrix through a womb, a mother's womb of creation. But you can also say in the universe, we entered this dimension through a black hole. And that black hole is really meant for teleportation. So just how the woman is who actually brought us to this world, when we get older and we get closer to death, we start to lose our memory, we start to lose our body structure, we start to lose our mind, we start to lose ourselves realistically because we are going back to that dematerialization form. It is just your body that has to deal with most of the things that you go through because you are feeling as if you are inside of your body when really your body is only a vessel. And when it comes to the dematerialization of that, our subconscious mind is so powerful that it holds and stores the Akashic records inside of our DNA, inside of the universe, the multiverse. That is why when you look up to the stars, you see more darkness than you see light because that is invisible light. It is black, dark matter. It is the Akashic records of history. You can tap, it's just like time travel. You can tap into all of the history that was actually here and all of the history that has not even happened just by going into the Akashic records. So just like in the Matrix movie when Neo was learning how to do martial arts or how to shoot a gun and things like that, they went inside of the Akashic records and he downloaded it into his mastermind. And he downloaded it into himself so that he became that easily, simply, quickly. And it's also ways of time traveling, just like how you can time travel and you can talk to your child self, you can comfort your child self on the inside of yourself so that you right now can actually feel fulfilled or feel like you actually accomplished something that you never had when you were a child. It's just the same when it comes to rematerialization and dematerialization because they are one and the same. It is only when you lose track of time and you are not bound and controlled by time where you actually are able to utilize that time. So, and then when it comes to the subconscious mind, right, the one being, or how we speak about the great spirit, or God, or Ra, the one being that was here that created all things like that. That being is inside of all of us because it is inside all of us when we go to sleep. It is inside all of us in our subconscious mind, which is the mind that always knows everything, our intuition, our psychic abilities, our the way we're able to, dream about people who passed away, or the way that we're able to come up with so much magical stuff in our sleep to where we create worlds in our own minds because our brain is used the same way whether we are awake or asleep. It's just about how we actually utilize our powers. So that subconscious mind holds that knowledge of that one being, the one being, and it's actually giving birth to all of us on the inside out. That is just like how they say God does not return from the sky. God returns from the inside of man. God returns from the inside of you. That is why they also say that God speaks to you through other people. But a lot of times people do not accept the message or accept the person, the vessel, the messenger, the traveler that it is actually coming from. Yet at the end of the day, we still carry on with our mission because that is what we were sent here to do when we actually are fulfilled from the inside out. Ashe. Make sure y'all research the Akashic Records, by the way. The color blue for the throat chakra. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Speak your love. Speak your voice. Speak everything that you are afraid to even talk about. Speak the things that you are feared and you are afraid of so you can actually face your fear. Because only humans live in fear. Only animals live in fear. Fear is basically your survival mode. Fear is the element that you live in when you are first born and you have no one else to take care of you other than an adult or other than someone that actually knows what to do. And just like an animal in the kingdom, you either get eaten or you are the one doing the hunting. So do not live in fear. Speak your truth. Be able to resonate from your throat chakra so that you can actually speak your heart. Speak things that's weighing heavy on your heart. Say it with your chest. Speak things that are actually on your mind that you actually want to do or actually something that makes you different. Speak things that are sexually, that you are sexually attracted to, whether it was poetry or music or anything like that, or dancing, anything that actually helps you utilize your sexual kundalini energy without actually feeling like you have to be intimate or actually feeling like you have to actually do something sexual in order to express yourself. Like that song, Express Yourself. That old school song, you gotta express yourself. That's one of the beauties about being myself. That's one of the beauties that I love about myself and that I love about a lot of other people is because what we do, a lot of people cannot do, a lot of people do not do, a lot of people are afraid to do. They weren't built to do it. You know what I'm saying? You have people that's attacking you from left to right. You have friends, old friends, you have family members, you have people who try to make you feel related to like where you came from or related to something they know about you that other people don't. You have all different types of people attacking you, government agents. You got like so much stuff going on. You got targets. You became a target, especially when you're on a camera because it's a lot of little people living through you. So when you don't stick to the script of what they want you to say or what they want you to do or how they want you to treat them, they will try to assassinate your character, then pretend as if they never knew you. And it gets to the point where just like how, one of your friends would tell you don't do something without them. But then when they start getting a little bit of money or they start getting a little bit of notoriety or something, they start changing and you're just like, wait a minute. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my best friend, my this, my that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so many things dealing with trust and trust issues, and that's one thing I really wanted to ask people was that a lot of people have trust issues, and a lot of people feel that they do not trust anybody. Yet on the dollar bill it says, "In God we trust," and I'm starting to wonder You know, if a lot of people who have trust issues are able to really get money like that, or if a lot of people who have trust issues and the dollar bill says "In God We Trust," how many of them actually trust God, the voice of God, or the actual vessel of God, or the meaning and the reasoning behind the concept of spirituality and living for a righteous life and things like that? How many people actually put trust in that, or not just put trust in it, but have faith in it? A lot of people have faith by what they see because they be like, I gotta see it to believe it, but you never seen God. You know what I'm saying? You never, like, I gotta see it to believe it, but a lot of stuff happens without you having to even to be around or having you even be there physically for it to still manifest. And then you have that faith, but you also have blind faith. And a lot of the people who have blind faith are really the ones who are truly righteous and truly worthy and are truly deserving, because they don't need anything to be necessarily proven to them. They don't need to be convinced. They already know. That is why it's a difference between believing and knowing. You know, it's a difference between believing in truth or believing in righteousness, spirituality, God, or anything, and actually knowing what God is or what spirituality is or what truth actually is. Because the first love of God was what? Truth. That is why they say in the beginning was the Word, and that Word then became the light, and that light then became manifestations of planets and actual people. And then the devil was considered to be the most beautiful angel of all, yet the devil despised humans. Yet at the end of the day, we still serve you. And notice I said we still serve you.